The second last match is for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and we have Hiroshi Tanahashi facing Taiyo. Actually, I'll go back to how I had it. That was better this way. So as well, we'll go through both of them. So Tanahashi, quick history. Enrolled in the New Japan Dojo in 1999, made his professional debut later that year against Togi Makabe, and was quickly recognized as a special talent, experienced early flashes of success. Though there was a negative personal incident that increased his notoriety with the public in 2002, the stabbing incident. I feel like I would have talked about it before on the Inokiism podcast. He was stabbed by his girlfriend, and because his girlfriend was a rather prominent news reporter, I don't know, I guess because it's a somewhat high profile, maybe like a C-level fame kind of squabble. Well, it's more than a squabble. He got stabbed. So, yeah, it made the news. It was kind of it created a buzz. So, he has since then been really on an upward trajectory. He had that under 30 title for a long time. As mentioned before, was tag team champion with Nakamura. And he last year faced Shibata so I would have covered this in the 2006 podcast, also a part of this historical series. But Shibata just destroyed him last year at the January 4th show and has since left the promotion. So that wasn't great, but since then we had the title stripped from Brock Lesnar, and that tournament in July of 2006 led to Tanahashi becoming the winner of, the champion. Led to him becoming the IWGP champion for the first time. He beat John Bernard in the final, and then went on to beat the G1 Climax winner, Tenzan, in October, because back then winning the G1 Climax just earned you a title shot. It didn't earn you a title shot at the big show. None of this briefcase business back then. And as said before as well, Tanahashi did retain as in December against Nakamura. So you know about Tanahashi though. Let's talk about Mauna Kea Mossman. Mauna Kea Mossman. He was Taiyo Kea is what he would become. He's a Hawaiian State Amateur Wrestling Champion. His uncle is King Curtis Iakea, who was a journeyman in the territory days. Found some success in Australia, apparently. And he convinced his nephew to write an athletic resume to All Japan, to Giant Baba. So he joined... this is Taiyo Kea now. He joined in 1994 as a junior heavyweight, won his first gold just 3 years later over Ogawa, who was kind of the junior heavyweight stalwart heel for All Japan for a long time there, apart from Nobu Fuji. But he graduated to heavyweight as Misawa took over, so toward the end of the 90s, but he was kind of out of favor. So that was why when Misawa departed, Taiyo Kea was one of the few guys to stay back with All Japan. And he changed his name to Taiyo Kea as like it was an attempt to appeal to the Japanese fans a bit more. He's had some success as a tag team wrestler. He actually tagged with Keiji Muto at one point, won tag gold for both All Japan and New Japan within a week. And then they were actually the first team to win both, let alone hold them simultaneously. Later he turned on Muto and joined ROD, Roughly Obsess and Destroy, which was a stable that guided him toward the Triple Crown title. He beat Suwama in 2006 for the in the Champions or Champion Carnival final. Went on to defeat Kojima in July of 2006 to claim the Triple Crown Championship, and defended against Kawada in August, defended against Suzuki, and in September, Buchanan and D'Lo Brown turned on Taiyo Kea and Taka Michinoku to join Voodoo Murders. So Kea and Taka entered the Real World Tag League in 2006, but they only made it to the semi-final. So he's kind of, because ROD fell apart, he's without a team, I think, at the moment, apart from Taka. So, in this one, surely you can tell them apart. Taiyo Kea's wearing the bright red booty shorts, and Tanahashi's got the full white outfit. And the match, kind of a battle of homegrown youngsters, I suppose, from both sides, and they're entering their prime as well at this point. I mean, Tanahashi's 30, Kea is 31. The champion wears the IWGP title belt that resembles a crown, the title that was presented to Shinya Hashimoto in 1997. So this was covered in the Inokiism stuff as well. Oh, actually, no. The resolution of this would not have been. But you know what? We'll save it. We'll save it when I get up to it. So they've got this crown title at the moment because they had to bring it back because Brock Lesnar took away the IWGP title that they created after retiring this title. That is yet to be resolved, but it is not far away. So they've had to bring back the crown title, and that's what Tanahashi holds at the moment. Begins with chain wrestling. This one, it's tight, it's aggressive. It was a good start. Tanahashi slaps Kea on the break rather than a clean exit, and pays in kicks from the larger, yet still agile, challenger. The fight tumbles outside of the ring. Kea takes advantage with a driver to the concrete, which he exposed after peeling back that protective mat. The match, the fans begin to get behind Tanahashi as Kea takes over. There's a huge powerbomb that's kicked out of by the champion. He skins the cat, he lands a sling blade. A subsequent German suplex earns a 2 count. Kea recovers and goes back on the offense, a lariat in particular putting Tanahashi in trouble. Tanahashi's second wind is bluntly stopped with a DDT, the pinfall for which is interrupted at 2. Kea appears to be in control when Tanahashi explodes with a devastating half Nelson suplex that drills Kea head first. Kea hits a high-angle backdrop of his own, but Tanahashi displays heart in rising up. There's a sleeper suplex next by Kea, but Hiroshi leaves Hiroshi laying. However, it gives the challenger a chance to recuperate. Even though, okay, I think I've missed something in my notes here, because that's 2 moves by Kea, and I'm talking about giving Kea a chance to recuperate. But, okay, I guess, look, they both hit big moves on each other. You know how it looks. They kind of rise together and they're striking back and forth. Kea gains the upper hand. He crashes down with a DVD. There's a sit-out powerbomb that follows, but Tanahashi just keeps getting back up. Kea attempts another sleeper suplex, but Tanahashi fights the grip, makes a comeback, hits the German, then a dragon suplex before the high fly flow, which is only recently adopted, by the way, as his finisher. But that's how Tanahashi retains the IWGP Heavyweight Championship via pinfall from the high fly flow. And I thought this match was very good as well. That's his 3rd defense too, by the way. I think I mentioned before. But, I mean, the participants in this match were not that over going in. So it's impressive that they had the fans really buying in before it was over. And it was, the last match was a bit more shooty and rough. This was much more traditional pro wrestling. KO kind of acted as the giant, the bigger, stronger, more dominant guy, which allowed Tanahashi to be the babyface, come from behind underdog. And that was a good dynamic. It worked really well. It was an entertaining contest.